Hello everybody and welcome to Elementary Statistics Online Fall 2016. My name is Val Lockman and I will be your instructor for this class. So this is an introduction video where I'll go through some basics that you need to know before you begin the course. And let's go ahead and take a look at the outline. I will go through the three main components, the Blackboard site, Connect Math, and your weekly workload, and I will discuss all the little details that are involved in this. And if at the end of the video you still have some questions, definitely let me know. Okay, so the Blackboard site is the first thing that I want to talk about. This is going to be your main launch pad. Think about it as this is your platform where everything is posted, all the information is collected, and this is where you go to begin with, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at here. Here's start here, and that's where you would go. Here's some basic information about myself, where you can find me, office hours, and soon, in about half an hour, there will be a link here, introduction video. Okay, let's go ahead and go to course materials, and here's the syllabus for this class. I'm not going to read through the syllabus, I'm just going to let you guys go through it on your own, but you can see some information about myself and the department, then how the grade will be determined. We have 4 categories. We have active learning, online homework, midterm, and the final, and the weights associated with each of the assignments. The grading scheme is pretty standard, and then the required materials will be e-textbook by NVIDIA and Monk, and the calculator, TI-83 or 84. Okay, then there is a little bit more information following here that I have to put in all of my syllabi, and then some of my class policies, and a tentative schedule for the class. Okay, now I'm going to make my best, try to do my best to stick to the schedule, and I rarely have any problems with sticking to the schedule, but just keep in mind, if something comes up, this might be changed. Okay, and if it does get changed, I will let you guys know in advance, but this is your outline for the semester. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is go through the syllabus, read, make sure that everything is clear, and if not, definitely contact me and talk to me about it. Okay, so Blackboard, this is where main announcements will be done. So let's go ahead and talk about announcements. I will do at least 2 announcements a week. So there will be a main announcement every Monday where I highlight everything that happened and then kind of give you a list of what's coming, different reminders. So you will get a big announcement on Monday, and then another one will be halfway through the week, so maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I try not to overwhelm you guys with all these announcements and emails. So if something comes up, like maybe I found a typo or some mistake that I've made on my slides or maybe in my video, then I make another announcement. But typically you should expect one big announcement on Monday and another one halfway through the week. Okay, so then communication is also done through Blackboard. If you go to email, and how about we'll do instructor user. So this is how you can send an email to me. Okay, so you type a subject and your message here, and I will get this email and it will tell me, okay, this is coming from one of my students who are enrolled in my online class. I will see your name. So this is one way to do it, or you can do it directly through the browser, through your Outlook. Okay, but you can actually send messages through Blackboard. Okay, so let me go back to my outline. So announcements and emails are done through Blackboard. Okay, that part is done. Oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and just check it. Yes, that's finished. Weekly assignments are also posted on Blackboard. Okay, so let me cancel this. All right, so let's take a look at what it looks like. Weeks 1 through 3. I will typically give you access to at least 2 or 3 weeks in advance, right? So weekly announcements and weekly workloads are posted on Blackboard. So let's say for week 1, you would go to chapter 1, basic ideas, and over here you see everything that you need to know what's going to happen this week. So assignment checklist, this will give you an idea of what you're expected to do this week. Then your written activity 1, I'll go through how to submit it and how to work on it. Guided notes, that's not something you have to actually do. So weekly activity 1, that will be graded. Guided notes, not so much, but a lot of my students like it. So these guided notes are following the textbook very, very closely. Again, I want to emphasize you guys don't have to use them, and if you do use them, don't submit them to me. I don't need to see them. Just use it for your own studying. And then TI-84 calculator guide. Now, I know that I mentioned you can use TI-83, and most of the commands will work with TI-83 calculator. If they don't, then I make a separate video about it. And then sampling methods, this is a video from your instructor, from me. Okay, so this is your standard page for what you need to do for week 1. I try to keep it consistent, so every week looks the same. I have assignment checklist, activity, guided notes, calculator guide, and some videos. Okay, so that's your weekly assignments that will be posted on Blackboard. Okay, so that part is done. What else is done on Blackboard? Forum discussions. So if you go to group discussions, okay, activity 1 forum is already created. So what you can do here, you can discuss ideas and ask questions about each of the weekly assignments. Okay, you're allowed to ask questions, and I ask you that if you do have a question, please post it here. Don't email it to me, because what's going to happen, you're going to ask a question and then 8 other students will ask exactly the same question. So it's easier for me to post it for everybody, then it saves you guys and myself time instead of writing it 9 times, right? So let's say you have a question, then go ahead and post a question here. And you can also just create your own forums about anything. Let's say you're having some trouble with probability, and it's not related to the activity, but it's related to the topic, then create a forum. I'll check them daily, several times, and I will be able to answer all of the questions. Okay? So that's your discussion board. It is not graded. I want to make sure that you guys realize that there is no grade associated with it, but I think it can be very, very useful. Okay, so forum discussions done. And then the last thing is course evaluations. At the end, you guys will be asked to complete a survey about this class, and it's very important that you guys try and do the best you can to complete it honestly. We collect these surveys, and we actually look through it and analyze it, and I try to take the feedback from my students and improve my classes based on that. Okay, so that will come, I want to say at week 13 or 14 later in the semester. Okay, so this is your Blackboard site. That part is done. Let's go ahead and talk about Connect Math. So the other website that's associated with this class is Connect Math. Okay, if you go to course materials, there is a link that I created that will take you right there to Connect Math. I also have it in a different window here. Let me see. So if you click here, it will create a link to Connect Math, and several of you guys are already signed up for it. So if you've done it, go ahead and skip this part. But if not, you will need to create an account if you don't have one yet and sign up for my class. All of the instructions are linked right here. So there's a detailed guide on how to do it, and then there's a quick guide. Okay, they give you exactly the same information, just one of them is a little bit more detailed. Okay, the course ID is right here. This is a 10-digit letter course ID for my class. okay? And then you can also use this free financial aid code. So this code right here will let you sign up and do all the work for 2 weeks if you're waiting for financial aid, or maybe you're just not sure if this is a class for you. Just use that. And then at the end, if you decide, okay, this is the class that I want to stay with, then you will be able to upgrade your temporary account to a full access account. None of your grades will be lost, so you don't have to create a new account. You will just have to follow instructions on how to do it, and it's pretty self-explanatory. I've never had a student who had trouble with it, but if you do have issues, just let me know. So let's take a look at now. Once you do this, you will be seeing this page right here. So all of the assignments, they're already created. There is 11 chapters. We're going to cover them all. So we're going to have 11 online homeworks. Okay. Now these activities right here, these are the ones that you will be submitting through Blackboard, but I will be copying your grades into this gradebook right here, and I'll talk about why. And then we'll also have midterm and the final. Okay, so this is your website. Okay, what would you do here? You would go to ebook, and here it's loading. This will give you access to an electronic textbook that we also use as the main text for our face-to-face statistics. And here you can see all of the chapters. Media will let you select videos that are associated with each of the chapter. Okay, that we also have titles, let's say statistics of parameter, frequency, distribution. So if you're a visual learner, then you might want to use videos instead of reading the book. And that's what you will be using as your main source of information. Okay, now for this class, you're not required to buy a physical textbook. Okay, it's actually quite expensive to do so, but let's say halfway through the class you decide that, well, you really wish you had a book. Okay, there's an option. Once you buy the code, you can request a copy of the book. It's a loose leaf book for $15. It's full, full text. Everything is actually the same. It's colored and it's shipped directly to you. A couple of my students used it and they liked it. Okay. So that's one of the options, but you're not required to do so. Okay, so but you can you read this book, the electronic book, or the book itself. Again, I want to make sure that if you guys just buy the book from the bookstore, you do not have access code. You still need to get that separately, and it's quite expensive. The cheapest thing I would recommend is buying the access code through the website. And then if you need the book, then order it separately. Okay, so here's your text. This is your main source of information. Okay, there will be supplementary videos and slides, but this is your main source of information for the class. Okay, let's take a look. All right, so e-text and videos. This is done. That's on Connect Math. Then we have weekly online homework. Again, let me give you. On this page here, all of the assignments are created. They're all assigned. Now they're all due December 31st right now. Of course, I will be changing that. I will be changing the due dates as we go through each of the weeks. So the first one will be due on when? August 28th, right? So I will be changing these due dates. Okay. So that's your online homework. Okay. And then gradebook. The gradebook will be kept on Connect Math. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing that instead of Blackboard is because your online homework grade is constantly changing, right? So because it's constantly updated, this will be the true grade or your current standard at any given moment. All right, so if you want to see okay, 3 weeks from now, what your standing is, you would go on Connect Math and check your grade. Okay, so that's where the grade book is, not on Blackboard, but on Connect Math. So this one is on Connect Math. So let me Connect Math. Alright, so that's everything that you need to know about Connect Math site. Okay, this is your main source of information for the material. Alright, so let's say you sign up for the class. Let me go ahead and pretend that I'm a student. What would I do as a student in this class? I go to week 3, and first thing I take a look at assignment checklist. Okay, so what do I need to do this week? Okay, I need to read 3 sections, okay, 3.1, 2, and 3, and sometimes I will be skipping some of them, okay, so definitely check this out. Then I need to do 2 activities, Connect Math homework, and also a written activity that's submitted separately. And then after going through this material, these are the definitions that I should be familiar with, okay? I will never ask you to provide a definition of what, let's say, measure of center is, or a sample mean, but you guys should be familiar with the vocabulary for this class and should feel comfortable using things like population standard deviation, population proportion, and stuff like that, okay? So this is your guide, and this is your outline for what's going to happen this week. So what am I going to do now? So I'm going to read chapter 3, watch videos on Connect Math if I'm a visual learner, okay, do the homework, and then here's some guides, additional guides for TI-84 calculator, guided notes. Again, this is just additional information that I might find helpful, and then what I need to do is submit activity 3. Okay, so now I have this activity 3. If you click on this PDF file, it will actually tell you what this activity is, and all of them look like 1 page, 2 sides, no more than that. So these are the problems that I do at the end of week 3, right? So how would I submit this one? Once you click on this activity here, okay, on the link itself, it tells you, okay, it's due September 11th, it's worth 20 points. You can submit your solution in a couple of ways. You can write the submission, and then you can just type in your answers here. So let's say solutions to activity 3, okay, or you can attach a file, okay? So let's say you save the file that's already uploaded, then you save it as a Word file, and you can type in your answers, or you can just write it with your handwriting and then scan it. So options for submitting. How do we submit submission? Okay, there's a couple of different ways. You can do it by typing in here, the submission field, okay? You can attach a file, okay, so maybe Word or PDF, okay? Or you can attach a picture or scan, okay? If you have a scanner, you can go ahead and scan paper, or if you just snap a picture with your phone, that works too. As long as I can read it, as long as I can see your work, I don't care how you get it to me, okay? But the main point is it needs to be done through Blackboard, okay? So written activities are done through Blackboard, okay? So we talked about reading, right? So reading is done. Oh, my marker doesn't work here anymore. Okay, so let's just go through it. Reading done, online homework done. We'll come back to videos from your instructor. Written activities submitted through Blackboard. This is very important. Please don't email them to me, because then I can't keep track of them. But if it's done through Blackboard, I can at least keep them and give you feedback on them. That's the most important stuff. All right, and then videos from your instructor. So these are videos from me. Let me go back here, so I don't want to submit anything. Okay, on the bottom of each page for the week, you're going to have whole bunch of links. These are just some helpful videos that I think are helpful. Some of them are done by my colleagues, others are done by some other math instructors. But the ones from your instructor, from me, I strongly recommend you guys do watch them. Definitely watch them. I have a lot of feedback from my previous students, and they find these videos in particular very, very helpful. Okay, so that's everything that you guys need to know to get started. So for this week, all I want you to do is sign up on Connect Math, get familiar with both websites, and start working on Chapter 1. Chapter 1 and Chapters 2 are relatively easy, and that's why you will have a very not a very heavy workload the first 2 weeks. So get used to the structure, get used to the layout of the class, and then if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Okay, again, welcome to the class. I hope we're gonna have a wonderful semester, and thank you for watching.